now.
Okay.
Happy Friday to my virtual friends and family out there. Thank you guys for watching Eargasm Comedy. This is our last comedy show for the year. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for participating with us. This is actually a comedy contest. So hopefully you're watching because you saw the flyer that Ryan put together so lovingly for us. We got a fire lineup of 8 comics that's going to come to the microphone and duke it out to try to win $150 tonight. $150? Yeah, that'll work. We ain't getting no stimulus checks, so $150 works right about now, right? The other 7 that don't win is going to have to go back to hoeing or something. I don't know, but since $150 is on the line, I want to go ahead and get the show started, but let me just introduce what Eargasm Comedy is if this is your first time watching. Eargasm Comedy is a group of comedians that have joined forces like Voltron to give you guys podcasts, sketch comedy shows online, all sorts of material that you guys can watch. Now, I know it's the end of 2020. You guys have gone through your whole Netflix list of movies. You guys are going through all your Amazon and Hulu stuff. You probably have even gone through these. I don't know if you remember buying these at the drugstore from the DVD man. You know what I mean? So if you've gone through all of that and you're looking for new content to watch, make sure to tune in to Eargasm Comedy on Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and more days coming in the future. We got shows on Sundays, Saturdays. So make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Also, too, man, I'm just happy to be out of this year. Tell me if you're like me. Describing this year, like to my grandkids asking about 2020. If I had to describe this year, I don't know. I think I would sound crazy. I feel like I would be trying to describe, I don't know, the season of Lovecraft County. I would be like, it was black people, it was magic, it was space and vampires and all kind of bullshit. Because 2020, man, don't even seem like this shit should have actually happened. But we're almost out of it. And I don't know if you guys want to clap it up for that, but I want to clap it up. Let's get into 2021 and have some fun. Thank you guys once again. I hope you guys are staying safe. Hope your families are staying safe. Wash your hands and wear your mask. And how about getting this show started? You guys ready to get this show started? Oh, wow. I can look like you guys are ready. All right, my name is Rob Coleman. I'm your host. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Eargasm Comedy. And first, coming to our virtual microphone, I want you to click, like, show some love for Brian Boucher, y'all. Give it up for Brian, y'all.
All right. What is going on, guys? I hope everybody's 2020 is coming to a merciful end. I got some exciting news to share with you guys. Listen, I am officially off the dating market, and I'm very happy about that. I'm still single. I just don't care anymore. That's what's different. I'm confident now. I don't know where that happened. I found like that middle ground where I'm confident, but I'm not too confident. You know what I mean? Like I know I'm worth a damn, but I'm not like worth that much. You know what I mean? Like, it is an arc, you know? Like I've had many different ebbs and flows in my life, you know? Like when I was in high school, I wanted to be a priest. And that was just to make my virginity look like my choice. You know what I mean? Like that's and then in college, I had a girlfriend, and I was like, babe, why don't we try an open relationship? And I thought that would work. That's where we're coming from. You know, it's 2 different kinds of arrogant. It's fun. I love it. That's how it is, you know? I think more than anything, I just don't feel like putting up with the work with dating anymore. You know, like social media, that gets annoying, right? Like you'll have girls that'll come up and they'll be like, before we hang out, I just want to make sure you're not like a stalker or anything. So if you could just do me a favor, just send me like your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, LimeWire, Duolingo, TikTok, and MySpace. Could you just do that for me, please, really quick? And then I'm like, who's the stalker here? Like when I go out with a girl, I don't even need to know her name. Like just show up and then we'll go from there, you know? And to balance it out, like I'm not that cocky. You know what I mean? Like I know this face does not scream Dream Man. This face screams Next Man. I get that. That's not for everyone, you know? I'm finding the balance. Oh, I'm hearing so many things. It's great. So much feedback. It's so much fun. I recently actually had to have a little bit of a breakup. I was seeing this girl, and she didn't want to continue because of COVID. She was afraid of catching COVID, And that's cool because I was afraid of catching feelings. So it works out. Again, confident. But again, also, I understand that my voice sounds like my mom imitating my dad. I get that. You know what I mean? It's balance, you know? It's the end of the year. This is my favorite time of year. You get Thanksgiving, you get Christmas, you get New Year's. I know a lot of people on the internet like to celebrate No Nut November. I actually have a foolproof way of winning No Nut November. You know what that is? You just don't participate, and then you win. That's it. You know? Why am I making my life harder? Just do what you want to do, you know? Christmas is fun. I actually I have a fun business idea that I want to do one day. I want to introduce a brand of Christmas themed lingerie, and I will call it Santa Bras. So that'd be fun. That'd be fun. I think I do my New Year's resolution every year, and it never wears out. My New Year's resolution is you just take all the people in December that come up to you and they say, "Hey, see you next year." And then when New Year's hits, you just don't talk to them anymore. It's a great resolution. Cut all the toxic energy out of your life. It's a good time. A fun fact about me, I actually speak a little bit of French, which is very cool. Most people wouldn't know that about me, but it's true. Recently, I got to use my French in a real life situation. That was very fun. I got to have a full conversation with this lady in French. She comes up to me and she says, "Excusez-moi, de l'argent," which means "excuse me, money" in French. And I was so proud of myself. I responded in perfect, grammatically correct French. I look at her and I just go, "No." And then I kept walking. It was very fun. Money well spent. It was great. Although I am realizing I probably should have taken Spanish in school because I don't know if you guys know this. There are a lot of Spanish speakers in America, not a lot of French speakers. And I don't know if you guys know this. If someone speaks to you in Spanish and you respond in French, that doesn't work. That's just not a thing, you know? It's not fun. I used to work at a bank, like a very small bank, and we had a lot of Spanish speakers come in, and they trained us in so many things in this bank. Like they trained us on how to do every type of financial transaction. They trained us on how to handle a robbery. They trained us in CPR, but not once did they train us on like how to just say a couple Spanish words. You know, like a little bit. Like our main method of communicating was just Google Translate. That was not good. It was not good. Like. TD Bank, it's great. So I was like the overachiever at my job. So I was like, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to learn Spanish. I'm going to teach myself a couple words. That was fun because do you know what the Spanish word for deposit is? Deposito. Try having this face and this mentality and saying that, not sounding like the dumbest, whitest dude on the planet. That's not fun. And I was so scared. Like, I don't want to look like the dad that goes to On the Border, you know, like, and just looks at the menu and he's like, "Garçon, Cinco de Mayo, swiper, no swiping, por favor." You know what I mean? Like, and even then, but again, I'm still super cocky because like I tried it one of these days. Like I was like, you know what, Brian, like just try it. Just do it. Just try speaking Spanish to someone. Don't even ask. Just do it. Right. So this lady comes up to me and she starts mumbling some Spanish words. I can tell English isn't her first language. So I look her dead in the eye and I go, "Deposito." And like in my brain, I'm expecting her eyes to light up. Like I'm expecting her to be like, "Sí, sí, deposito, deposito." And like I would slam that money into my drawer. We'd high five. We would become friends. We'd go get empanadas together. And then she just goes, "Sí." And like, that's it. I was like, oh, cool. Customer service is great. Life, man. I don't know. That job was fun working at a bank. I'm not saying that, like, here's how you know you don't really like a job when your fondest memory of working there is getting robbed. That's not I think robberies are misrepresented in the media, okay? Because here's how this robbery went. There's no gun. There's no holdup. The dude just shows up, hands you a note that says, "This is a robbery." You give him the money, and then he leaves. Okay, that is better than 90% of our customer interactions. That is amazing. Like, that was quick, easy. I didn't have to ask how his day was. Oh, it was so good. And also, this dude pulled a pro move. All right, he did the robbery in the morning, and here's why that's a pro move. Because when you work at a bank, if you get robbed, you can close, and that is the best feeling a part-time worker can experience. Like, oh my God. They always told us in training, they were like, "Don't stop the robber because we can replace the money. We can't replace you." And I'm like, "Stop him. I'm going to help him. Like, I'm going to personally bring this money into his truck and I'll be like, 'Have a good day.' And like, I'll mean it. All right. Like, that is what I'm going to do." It was great. Like the cops showed up and they were like, wow, you guys must have been really scared. And I was like, yeah, we were scared because we thought we'd be here till 5. This is fantastic. Anyway, I'm from Long Island originally. Here's a thing about Long Islanders. There's 2 types of Long Islanders. There's the ones that are Italian and the ones that think they are Italian. And it is a problem. My mom is the worst with it. My mom is not Italian. She's not even from Long Island originally, but she loves to add Italian accents onto words that don't need it. Like I was talking to her the other day and she was like, oh, hey, Brian, I had a good day today. I got some milk. I got some eggs. I got some mozzarella, you know, and, I got some bread and I got some prosciutto, you know, and oh, they were having a sale on some Parmigiano, Reggiano, Giamma-Giano, Giamma-Giamma-Giano, the Django Unchained, the Giamma-Giammo. Like, you're from Michigan, all right? You can't do this, all right? They don't have Italian people in Michigan. They have Kid Rock and they have Eminem. That is not enough, all right? Anyway, that is my time, guys. Thank you very much. I'm Brian Boucher.
Woo! Yeah.
Way to go, Brian.
That was not your
Hey, listen
time.
to our audience members out there. If you like Brian, let me let you know how you can make a deposito for your vote.
That was 1 syllable too many. Just deposito.
Very good.
Oh, deposito. Okay, now I know. You can vote as of right now on Eargasm Comedy for your favorite comedian. That's eargasmcomedy.com. Go to eargasmcomedy.com to vote for your favorite that you see tonight. Brian Boucher just showed you how all of the other comics are going to perform. Let me see. Is that it? Are you bringing the website up now? We want to thank all of our audience members as well in the Zoom room. We have actually, we're combining 2 technologies tonight, StreamYard and Zoom. We're performing in StreamYard and watching with our audience members in Zoom. Hey, audience members. Can y'all wave? Our audience members as well. Can you hear me? We have, I must be on delay. That's to cut out the cuss words, I guess. All right, well, we'll see how this Frankenstein mixture of technology goes. Let me see, was there anything else we wanted to plug? Yeah, voting is live now. We want to thank everybody in the Zoom room. And hey, how about we get back to some of the funnies here? Are you guys ready for your next comedian to come to the virtual microphone? Woo! I always love to hear female comics, man. And this next comedian coming to the microphone is sure to tickle your funny bone. Give it up, everybody, for Caroline Hawthorne. Caroline Hawthorne.
Thank you very much. You know, it's diversity because I'm a white female comic and I'm like, yes, diversity. There we go, everybody. I'm happy I'm number 2. I'm happy I'm number 2 in the show because that means that I will be the shit. This pandemic has killed many things, and my sex drive is one of them. But there was hope for a bit. Because Cardi B released WAP, and I was like, this is my jam. And then Ben Shapiro had to come and ruin the whole thing. Ben Shapiro, as a Jew, he's my least favorite Jew. It's a tie between him and Harvey Weinstein. It's bad. It's bad. Jewish men need to stop doing awful things. Because on his show, he read out the lyrics to Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion's WAP, and he said, this is disgusting, this is awful. And then he said, my wife, who is a doctor, said an over-lubricated vagina? That sounds like a medical condition. And I was shocked, so I decided to write a song about it. Anyway, this is a song from the point of view of Mr. Shapiro's vagina. Ben Shapiro, this is your wife's DAP. Ben Shapiro, how can you let this happen to me? I'm drier than the dunes, I'm drier than a stoner, because you keep on fucking me with your dry as a desert boner. Malnourished am I, dehydrated am I? Your wife said it was a medical condition for a vagina to be lubricated. But I know that she lies. I live between her thighs, and she doesn't want to tell you that she's sexually frustrated. Ben Shapiro, you read Walk Aloud online. I need a bucket and a mop to wipe away the tears I cry. You say that women's rights are suddenly diminished, but if we were all equal, I would always finish. Come and rescue me. And Megan Thee Stallion, this vagina needs a release. What's a girl to do? Even with foreplay, we could not say the day, because there are so many Jews sexier than you, such as Jake Gyllenhaal. Seth Meyers. Oh fuck, he isn't Jewish. If any of the comics here are Jewish, then you're sexy to me.
Nah.
I'll give it to Adam Sandler. He was good in Punch Drunk Love. Not Woody Allen. He can go to hell, and Jews don't even believe in hell. Bernie Sanders. Yes, Bernie Sanders, because this vagina is a socialist. Whoa! Ben Shapiro. Speak out loud. It's just a queef. We must say it loud and proud. We cannot remain silent. We're coming out of the blue. The revolution's coming. And one day I will come to. I hope you had a shitty Hanukkah.
Nah.
Thank you.
That's
We have time for one more song, I believe. So, I mean, I believe in feminism, so I just talked about vaginas, so we're going to talk about penises first. It's a dirty show. It's a dirty show. A big dick isn't always a good dick. Yes, it fills you up, but does it get the job done quick? They say the size does matter, but is it going on a platter? America has high obesity. Do we need our dicks to be fatter? It may make you scream and shout, but his technique may need refining. And if he's only in for 5 minutes, that's fast food. That is not fine dining. It isn't even good fast food if it's going in and out. It's not In-N-Out Burger. It is McDonald's. Also, there's only a bunch of male comics on the show. So this is for you. You should be eating your woman out because eating out is a privilege. And
That's fair.
fill up all of your holes, but it won't bring you joy or fill your soul. Why are dicks so important to masculinity? As if a boy's adulthood is equivalent to his frigidity. Is this why wars have started? Because guys are feeling teeny? Did every single dictator have a micro weenie? If dicks deserve confidence, then Congress is a cockfight, and then they're all too chicken to admit that they should leave the right. God, it's so heteronormative to think his bulge is informative of how he'll do in the bedroom. His fingers may be more performative. Also, there are women with penises and men with vaginas. So everybody obsessing over dick size is just another product of toxic masculinity. And a big dick just may fill up all of your holes, but it won't bring you joy or fill your soul. Everyone is going on Tinder. Where's my soulmate trying to find her father to my future kinder? Everything's awful. Everyone's so stressed. And since World War III is about to start, we might as well have sex. And also, having sex in this pandemic, like going to other people's houses and having sex in this pandemic. Look, you can not only spread STDs right now, you could spread coronavirus right now. So please, stop. And a big dick just may fill up all of your holes. It may bring you joy. It may fill your soul. Who's to say? Now the show is over. It's getting kind of late. I guess I'll just go home and have a master date. Great night.
That was Caroline Hawthorne, your sex education teacher. Man, I would be so good right now if she was my sex education teacher in high school. One more time for Caroline, y'all. Give it up for her. Hey, anybody that's watching this show online right now, comments are live, right? Comments are live. So if you want to make a comment about a comic or something like that you like, or something like that, just go ahead and put a comment out there. We'll try to read your comments in between comics. And make sure if you like a comic, you go to our website, eargasmcomedy.com, and place your vote. Voting is live now, and we will announce the winner during our show tomorrow night between 7 and 8 p.m. Random Tandem. So make sure to check it out. Are you guys ready for your next comic to come to the virtual microphone? Woo! All right, there we go. There we go. I feel the energy. Can you feel the love tonight? I want y'all to put your hands together. Give me a click. Give me a like for your next comic coming to the virtual microphone. Ridge Hirschberger, y'all.
Woo! Woo! Wow. Hey, guys. Well, I'm just going to come out and say it. I'm half Amish. Wow. The half that isn't using the computer. I'd go to hell for that. But I think tonight I'm going to hell for something else.
My headphones are in.
What is a walk? Anyways, I'm just warning you, if my internet connection goes down, it's because my hamster died. Faster, Harold, faster. You might be thinking, what does it really mean being half Amish? Well, good question. It means that my girlfriend is only my half cousin. If we ever break up, that's going to be an awkward family reunion. You know, if we ever break up. But that probably didn't help you understand it all. So I'm going to tell you a story about growing up. So growing up, my mom would go around turning the lights on, and my dad would go around turning the lights off. I was told this would be an Amish friendly crowd. Oh, it's support. I know what you're thinking. If I'm Amish, how am I on this Zoom show right now? Well, I'm on Rumspringa. For you guys that don't know what Rumspringa is, Rumspringa is when Amish kids age 16 or 15, depending on how big your boobs are, mine are A cup, you just go into the secular world and party, and you get to drink alcohol, you get to chase girls, you get to use a toaster. It's wild. It's electric. So you get to do this for 6 months. And then after 6 months, you can decide if you want to join the Amish or not. I've been on Rumspringa for 6 years. I was dishonorably discharged. Hence why I'm here.
What?
But still, yeah. my Amish half of the family, they wanted to see me do stand-up. And for obvious reasons, they couldn't zoom in. And whenever they heard about Zoom, they thought I was talking about their scooters. But they still wanted to see it. So I teased them. I gave them a DVD. They use it on their buggies as a mirror. You guys might be surprised with this fact, but we did have sex ed growing up, but it was called churning butter. Pops would put the condom on his stick, you know. I'm kidding. We don't believe in condoms. Just ask my uncle. He has 14 kids. 14. His stimulus check was $10,000.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's 10,000 reasons not to use protection. He was stimulated. But everyone's always making fun of people who have a lot of kids. But guess who's laughing now? Not you guys.
Yeah.
I'm the most famous person for my Amish community because I left. I'm the Amish James Dean. Where I'm from, they wouldn't even know if I was famous. I could put out 10 Netflix specials and it wouldn't change anything. Why am I doing this? I'm already the greatest Amish comedian ever.
Amish comedian. I love it.
And the only. Seriously, name another. Wayne?
Name another.
Okay. Here's my relatable material. And I'm not talking about my girlfriend. I know a person we can all get behind and hate. Jeffrey Epstein.
That's true.
Did you know? Yeah, exactly, right? Did you know before he was not killed, he enjoyed golf?
Oh, wow.
But I wonder if he refused to play the 18th hole.
There you go. All right, y'all. Give it up for Ridge, y'all. I don't know, Ridge. I think you and Matthew McConaughey need to take a DNA test. Y'all got some similar genes happening out over there. He snuck to the Amish community at some point. All right, guys. Are you guys ready for your next comic to come to the virtual microphone? Woo! All right, let's get these 8 killers awesome stage time here. I want y'all to put your hands together. Give me some likes. Give me some clicks for Wade Wishbrock, y'all. I know I was going to screw that up. Ray Wishbrock.
Hey, it's my name and I still don't say it right, so don't worry about it. So I'm coming from Chicago, the Chicago area. I'd like to start off by saying it's not easy losing a loved one with Alzheimer's. I know, because I've tried. I'll never forget where I was when I found out my father died. I was sitting behind the wheel of my car in the driveway, wondering how I didn't see him when I was backing up. Anger, disappointment, sadness. I felt all that. But what I felt the most was regret, because I was aiming for my stepmother. For years, I used to complain about how much I hated buying shoes. They never felt the same way at home as they did at the store. But then one day I saw a man with no feet, and that made me stop and think how easily I would kick his butt in a race. An elderly neighbor of mine recently broke his hip, and as bad as it was, it could have been so much worse. Lucky for him, I slipped just before I pushed him down the stairs. Thank you. Thank you. So a friend of mine enjoys photography as a hobby, and one of his favorite things to do is take still photos. That is until he was diagnosed with Parkinson's. So a nephew of mine had tried really hard. He worked really hard to graduate from college, but because of COVID, I won't be able to see him graduate in person this weekend. You see, he died from complications from the disease last week. I'm laughing. Anyhow, the best part about getting a vaccine if you're a hospice patient is that you don't have to worry about any long-term side effects. Okay. I watch my granddaughter once a week, and the one day I was putting her down for a nap, and on the side of her playpen it said, "Infants can suffocate on soft bedding." No kidding. Adults can suffocate on soft bedding. If you hold the pillow right. I've never understood the phrase, "Jesus is my co-pilot." Pretty sure if I'm flying a plane, I want my co-pilot to have full use of his hands and feet. Strippers are either really happy with their jobs or completely unaware of the concept of dress for the job you want, not the one you have. Years ago, I was breaking up with my girlfriend at the time, and she threatened to kill herself. Imagine my relief, because up until that point, I had no idea how I was going to get her out of my life.
Oh my.
Well, my relief quickly turned to panic. As she pulled a gun from her purse, and I realized my life might end then and there as part of a murder-suicide. Turns out I was only half right. My ex-wife was killed by a hit-and-run driver. Do you have any idea how hard it is, how difficult it is? Waking up each morning, know the person responsible for her death is out there, and I have absolutely no way of thanking them. Actually, my wife and I have been married a long time, and we have 3 grown children. And I like to, looking back, I wish we would have raised them cage-free. Many parents will tell you it's not easy to talk to your children about sex, especially when they're not yours. And I remember when our kids asked how babies were made, and I said, pretty easily if you're the neighbor's daughter. And we all know parents should not play favorites, but my own mom and dad would say things to me like, "Why can't you be more like your twin brother?" Well, that wouldn't sound so bad, except for he died in utero.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
The doctor said he was accidentally strangled by his umbilical cord. Trust me, I was there. It was no accident. And lucky for me, abortion was not legal when I was born, but I give my mom credit for trying. And I've never been in an abortion clinic, but I got to believe you don't see a lot of parenting magazines in the waiting area.
No, you do not.
Instead, you see informational brochures like what to expect when you're no longer expecting. And I got to believe one of the hardest parts about having an abortion is spending all that money, I have nothing to show for it. And whenever I hear the phrase hanging by a thread, I'm reminded of how an anorexic friend of mine killed herself years ago. And for me, the best part about suicide is it's one of those do-it-yourself projects that if you do it right the first time, you never have to do it again. I remember the first time I ever had sex, and of all places, it was at work. And it was long before the Me Too movement, but still something you don't want to get caught doing, especially considering I worked at a funeral home at the time. It's one of those do-it-yourself projects that if you do it right the first time, do it again. Okay. A friend of mine said he wanted to get in shape, so I went out and bought him a Fitbit. And unfortunately, he was out walking and he got hit by a car, and he ended up paralyzed from the waist down. And as bad as I feel about getting the Fitbit, I feel even worse that I was the one who was driving the car when he got hit.
Wow.
So I'd like to tell you about some of the nice things I do. I dress up as Spider-Man and visit sick children in a hospital. And one day, one of the patients said, "Spider-Man's usually a lot skinnier." So I said to him, "Spider-Man would be a lot skinnier too if he's being fed through a tube." I'll close with this one since it's Christmas time. I also dress up as Santa Claus and visit sick children in the hospital. And during one visit, not surprisingly, one of the patients said, "You're not real." Well, I didn't want to cause a commotion. So I knelt down next to him and whispered in his ear, "Neither are your chances of seeing next Christmas." Thank you. That's my time, I think. I can't tell what. Okay, I'm out.
The most dangerous comic alive, Ray Richbrock. Yeah. Hey. My kid asked me about sex education one time too. He asked me where babies come from. I didn't want to, tell him no storks and no shit like that. So I was like, look, men have a liquid in them called semen. They, get with a woman, they end up in the woman's stomach and they have a baby. My son was like, how it end up in the stomach? They drink it? I said, no. That's how we wish they got pregnant. All right. Now, hey, listen, if you guys are enjoying the show, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We are looking to get our subscribers on YouTube up to 1,000. We are about 10% there. So if you guys could go to our YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe, that would be great. Also, make sure to vote for your favorite comic that you see tonight. These guys are scrapping it out for $150 right before Christmas, which is going to come in handy. Go to eargasmcomedy.com. And last but not least, as the comics are performing, make sure to go to their social media. It's scrolling across the bottom of their performance screen. Make sure to go and check them out, like, share, and subscribe to their stuff too. Comedy is not easy, and these guys need, fans to, get motivated and to keep going. So without further ado, if you guys have any questions at all? Well, let's just keep this comedy show rolling then. I got another female comic come to the microphone for you, y'all. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Woo! All right. Show some enthusiasm, show some love for Claire Simakowski.
Thank you, Rob. It's such an honor to be here as another token female comedian. So special to be introduced as such. I think a lot of people have gained some weight during the pandemic. I know this because I went to my doctor recently and he told me I typically don't engage in scale culture. But I just find it really obnoxious and off-putting when people insist on having conversations that you're so clearly not interested in. Like, he told me I allegedly gained 8 pounds. It's like, no one asked you this in the first place. Second of all, don't you know it's rude to bring up people's weight? Also, I know that he saw me close my eyes when I got the scale, so at that point he was just being petty. I typically have a pretty good relationship with my body, but like anyone, I have my moments of insecurity. This past summer, I went to the beach, and when I sat down in my beach chair because of the angle, my stomach rolls just kind of assembled, and my stomach just kind of enveloped itself. And the crevasse between my stomach rolls, it never saw the light of day. So by the end of the week, I had 3 stripes on my stomach: tan, white, and tan. And it's a little bit hard to be body positive when you look like an Adidas sneaker. The pandemic has also taken a toll on my dating life. I did go on a Hinge date when it was still warm outside. And I have to say that Dr. Anthony Fauci is the best wingwoman I have ever had, because having a mask to deter an unwanted kiss at the end of the night is what I've been saying. Even when the pandemic is over, I'll be bringing a mask with me on every single date that I go on. There's no better way to effectively yet subtly say that I had a terrible time. So that was obviously a bust. So at that point, I reverted to texting a lover that I had taken before the pandemic. And I hadn't seen him since March, so I didn't really know what to say without sounding too random. I asked my friend for advice, and he said, just say you saw something that made you think of him. So I texted him and I said, hey, it's been a while. I saw my clit and I thought of you. Strangely enough, that worked, and we met up. And I don't know if you guys have ever dated someone and then you meet their friend and you're like, oh shit, I actually like your friend. I should have explored all options available to me before settling into this situation. That one is on me. That's what happened with me and this lover. We were hanging out at his apartment and his roommate was home. And his roommate and I hit it off right away. And it was the 3 of us chatting, but really the roommate and I carrying the conversation. And I just kept on thinking about how shitty it was going to be for this guy when I start dating his friend, you know, like I feel bad. I mean, that's not going to be easy for him. At one point in the conversation, his roommate mentioned a man that he had dated. And at that point, it clicked for me. I thought, no wonder I'm attracted to you. You're gay. And later in the conversation, his roommate revealed that he is bi, but he's leaning heavily on the gay side. And now I know that I've met my perfect match, because my dream man is someone with a gay personality, but still compatible with me sexually. But I don't think that things are going to work out between me and this guy. For starters, I'm a simp for his roommate. And second of all, he's the kind of person that when you text him to see when he's free to hang out, he'll say, "How about now?" That is what doctors would describe as sociopathic behavior. I need advance notice before a social interaction. I had a cream cheese bagel at 11 a.m. I've had far too much diarrhea today to possibly hang out later. As a woman with IBS, I can't afford to be that spontaneous. I don't sleep with that many men. I have this condition in which I have to like a guy's personality in order to sleep with him, so it makes it kind of hard. It's something that I've talked to my doctor about, and he's prescribed a medicine called alcohol. And it works in the short term, but doctors are still looking for a solution to help me lower my standards long term. So because of this, I went 8 months in quarantine without having sex. I recently came out of retirement, which is very exciting for me. The tumbleweeds in my vagina were just getting a little bit uncomfortable, so something had to be done. But 8 months might sound like a long time to some people, but the truth is that I've had sneezes in my life that are better than some of the sex that I've had. So it didn't feel like much of a sacrifice. I will say the hardest part was when WAP came out. To be abstinent in that period of time when that was released, that's not something that I would wish on even my worst enemy. Last weekend, I visited the Christmas Village at Bryant Park. And to complete my experience at the Bank of America Winter Village, I got a hot chocolate. And everything was going according to plan. And then my stomach started to feel a little bit weird. And suddenly things went from 0 to 100. And I found myself in a situation in which I was going to shit my pants on the subway ride home. I didn't know that the phrase "trust no bitch" applied to the elves working at the Santa Claus Cafe in Bryant Park, but I'm here today to tell you that they are putting heaping scoops of Miralax in the hot chocolate because I was so unwell. I very quickly realized that it was an emergency. I was not going to make it home. I needed to make a plan, and it needed to happen fast. So I did what I always do in a moment of crisis, and I put on Megan Thee Stallion. And at that moment, I caught my reflection in the subway window, and I took a look at myself, and I said to myself, "I'm a hot girl. I do hot shit, and hot girls don't shit their pants." And with the power of Megan Thee Stallion, I made it to the public bathrooms at DeKalb Market. I am living proof that Christmas really is the season of miracles. I want to shout out to the janitor at DeKalb Market, Stanley. He was my angel Gabriel in delivering the good news that the bathrooms on level 1A were still open, and that the quickest way to get there was by taking the elevator. And now I'm not even worried about my weight, because after that Miralax hot chocolate, I'm definitely at least 8 pounds lighter. That's all for me. Thank you, guys.
Oh man, I love to hear when female comics talk about how long it's been like since they've had a sexual encounter. Because I don't know about you, but if sex feel anything like a Q-tip in your ear, I don't know how you guys can take it. Oh, how can you wait so long? Hey Claire, I love that joke about the tan and your rolls don't get tan. How do people do that? I guess you have to spread your rolls out at the beach so that you tan evenly.
I just embraced the color difference. It was fine.
That shit is so great, man. You know, you see the people that have like the bra strap lines or something like that, or the bikini tan lines. I've never thought about, people with rolls. That's crazy. I'm gonna be looking for that next time summer roll around and the fat people come back from vacation. I'll be like, yeah, you went to the beach.
Yeah.
All right. Are we ready to keep this show rolling? I just got this mental image in my head. All right. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, man. Voting is live now at eargasmcomedy.com. I am enjoying myself. I hope you are too. What comment do we have here? Do we want to read that? What was that?
No,
That was a nice little paragraph.
we ain't gonna read that. They're spamming.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's keep going before we end up sending $5,000 to a prince in Africa somewhere. The next comment coming to the microphone, I want y'all to show some love. Just give us some likes, give us some clicks for John Brecko, y'all.
Woo!
Let's go, John.
What up, y'all? How we doing? Are we good?
Yeah, we're great, man.
Woo! All right. They wanted me in my house to perform with the tree in the background. I don't know how fitting that is because my favorite Christmas song is Grandma Got Run Over by the Reindeer. So I'm going to hell is all I'm trying to say. But anyways, I want to say thank you to Eargasm Comedy for letting me on here. They also called my hair luscious in some of their promos, which I don't understand because I got something that came off of a janitor's mop, as you can see. So, but anyways, I don't think I have to tell everybody that 2020, it's been a rough year for everybody. Look, man, we've been stuck in quarantine so long. I finally get why Harold and Kumar went to White Castle. It all makes sense now. Makes sense. And honestly, every time I go to the grocery store at this point just to get milk, I feel like I'm in the middle of a fucking road trip. It's the worst. And it's 2020. Look, you could probably get a participation trophy for just looking outside your window and shit. But a hug, that used to be a gesture of affection. In the span of just 2020, it's slowly become a death threat. If you went out for Halloween, honestly, you should have just gone out with a sign that says #free-hugs if you really want to scare somebody. Fuck your vampire costumes. Fuck the goblin costumes. Fuck the skeleton costumes. My fat ass could never do a skeleton costume anyway, so that doesn't make any sense. Look, man, I'm so
a fat skeleton.
Yeah, like where have you ever seen that? I love how Rob laughed at that too, and that was perfect timing. Honestly, he was talking about the bra strap tan lines. I hope none of these motherfuckers here had face mask tan lines if they went to the beach, because that sounds awful. I just wanted to say that. But I'm so fat. If I was cast in a Hunger Games movie, they call me Fatness Everdeen, okay? I honestly, for a while, have been wanting a picture that describes how fat I am for online shows. So here, just watch this real quick. It's just me eating a grilled cheese. It worked on another show.
You can't even see the sandwich. It look like he's eating his fingers.
My fingers are so fat they take up the whole grilled cheese, so that might ruin the joke. I apologize. But honestly, you can see it in just the fingers alone. First off, I want to give a shout out to Brian Boucher, who me and him have the same beard, which I appreciate.
Hey.
And that means I'm so fat I look like Brian Boucher ate Brian Boucher. But anyways, there are some good things that are happening in my life that I want to share. I moved in with my girlfriend this past January, so that made me very happy. I was very excited for that. And I'm glad I'm the only one, so thanks a lot. But here's the thing with that. I love her very much. I'm always learning a lot of new things about her. Like the fact that I can't take that motherfucker to a pet store for shit. Oh, my God. She'll start crying at all 280.6 and a third cats that are there. First two scratch on the windows like they're trying to say, pick me, pick me. The third one, it just sits there looking sad like it's trying to say #meow too. But there are other good things happening to me as well. I recently got accepted for fire school, which I'm very excited for. Thank you, 2 people. That's a jump. That's from 0 to 2. We're getting the hang of this. But anyways, how I got into that, I started off wanting to do radio, met a bunch of comedians, decided I wanted to do comedy. Started doing comedy, decided I wanted to jump into a fire.
That's so great.
The bad thing is, though, I have to shave my beard when I go. I was very upset when I found that out because when I have this, I look my age, and when I don't, I look like an 8-year-old about to dance to the John Cena theme song. Oh, man. I'll wait. Let him finish getting it out. But here's the thing. People say a lot of interesting things when it comes to my beard. The only thing I really don't like hearing is being told that I look Amish. Not that it's not true, okay? You just don't want to hear the same shit 1,000 times. You want to hear something different. You know, like call me a fat-ass Lord Farquaad from Shrek, please. If you ever see my hair like this, you could call me Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, just also fat. I know you can only see me from the neck up, but the munchies went where they were supposed to go is what I'm trying to say. I got the body of Patrick Starr in this motherfucker. Look, man, what I'm trying to say is you don't need to own a bike to have handlebars, okay? All right, some of you get it. But I think the best thing that I ever heard is being told that I look like Mufasa from The Lion King. You don't give a fuck about my comedy career, but thanks, Mom. But when I go, it's something I'm really going to have to get in shape for. I'm really going to have to get in shape for this. Because honestly, guys, I'm so fat. When I see somebody with a widow's peak haircut, I think of the McDonald's symbol. Here's the thing, too. When I get married, I don't want to do something basic like Mr. and Mrs. I feel like that's not going to work for me. I'm trying to go with something like Lard and Lady. How does that sound? Does that sound good?
Lard and Lady, I love it.
All right. Thanks, Rob, for being the only one. Rob is supporting everybody. I could have really used that 150 too. He's the only one trying to help. But honestly, I don't know where I'm at time-wise, so I am going to try to wrap this up with one more story. Do you want to hear it really quick?
Yeah.
You want to hear it? There you go.
All right. So there was once a guy selling apples, right? He was selling them for about $5. Another guy comes over. He says, "Why are apples so expensive?" So the guy tells him, "Because they taste like pussy." So what the guy does, he takes a bite out of the apple, decides he doesn't like it, goes, "Puh! Puh! Oh, it tastes like shit." Because you got to turn that shit around, motherfucker. I do have to share one more thing, and it's, I am going to fire school, but there is a fear that I'm trying to get over, and it's my fear of heights. So what I decided I'm going to do is I'm going to treat it like period sex. Just don't look down. All right, I think that's my time. So thank you, guys. I appreciate you having me.
There you go. What's up? That's what's up, John. That's what's up. Good stuff. I love it when young dudes have a dad bod and they not a dad. I mean,
my face has a dad
get a
bod.
body like that. You gotta have about 3 or 4 kids.
My face has a dad bod, man.
Huh?
My face has a dad bod, man. Are you kidding?
I love it. All right. One more time, man, for John, y'all. Give it up for him one more time. All right. This next comment coming to the microphone is one of my personal faves out of New York. I want y'all to show some likes, give us some clicks, give us some smiley faces, thumbs up for Adam Gable, y'all. Give it up for Adam.
Hey, how are you? Thank you all. My name is Adam. Don't worry, I'm not sick. This is how I'm supposed to sound. Don't feel the need to reconnect your Bluetooth. I'm just a weirdo. That's all. Like when I was a kid, I was a comic book geek. I wasn't really good with girls, so for my 18th birthday, my uncle got me a sex doll. But I was such a nerd that I refused to take it out of the original packaging. All right, cool. I live in Brooklyn, New York. One time I was at a wine tasting in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. I said to the girl I was with, "I am so sick of all these hipsters with their long beards and antiquated clothing." She said to me, you know, these are all Orthodox Jews. You can tell your disappointment to your entire people when you need your Presbyterian blind date to remind you that you invited her to your nephew's circumcision. So these days, Brooklyn is like the center of where nostalgia meets technology. That means Brooklyn's the only place on earth you'll see a dude on a unicycle wearing an Apple Watch and rolling his own e-cigarette. But see, in Brooklyn, we don't call it an e-cigarette. It's a nicotine delivery system, right? But to me, that just sounds like one of those old cigarette machines. You guys know the ones, right? Where you put your money in the slot, you pull the lever, and your lungs fall out. That's what happened to me. When I was growing up in Brooklyn, I used to take a gypsy cab to the Hispanic place in Koreatown. But now you can't say any of those things. All right. There's a delay. There's a delay. It's not because of the Zoom. It's just because it's my comedy. It'll be a delay even if this show was live, right? Some people laughing at these jokes tomorrow. Okay.
Right.
One time for our anniversary, my father, he got my wife and I a $100 gift certificate to the Four Seasons restaurant. But here's the thing, dinner for two at the Four Seasons cost like $300, right? So basically he gave us a bill for $200. He's like, happy anniversary. You guys want to go in on a gift with me? I knew that I was failing as a father when my daughter used air quotes, right? Even worse, she did it while describing me as a comedian. My oldest daughter told us that she wanted a backpack with her name embroidered on it. So we just started calling her Jansport. All right, so that last joke works in a lot of different ways, right? If you don't believe me, here it is in Spanish. Mi hija quiere una mochila con su nombre escrita. Entonces la llamábamos Jansport. All right, well, some of you may have heard this next joke before. If you know it, please don't ruin it for everybody else, okay? Don't ruin the joke. Okay, here we go. My oldest daughter told us that she wanted a backpack with her name embroidered on it. So we just started calling her Jansport. All right. Some of you guys laughed at that same joke 3 times in a row. I read an article once that said that a joke is funny the first 3 times you hear it. And then it's not funny again until you hear it for the 7th time. So buckle up. These next 3 times are going to suck. All right. Don't worry. I'm not going to do the joke 4 more times. By that reaction, most of you didn't want to hear it the first time. So I'll just move on here. My wife and I recently split up. Mostly because she didn't like me chasing after my lifelong dream. Didn't help that my lifelong dream was to become a single father. So now I'm back out there dating again, right? Trying to catch myself up on the sexual techniques I've missed in the last 15 years. Have you guys out there heard of this new thing called her needs? There's no guys laughing at that joke. Every show, there's some dude looking at his lady like, what are you laughing at? That's the girl I message after the show. I don't bother with dating apps, though, because no woman on Tinder is on Tinder because she's looking for an out-of-work comedian who's a divorced father of 2 and sounds like Jewish Batman.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if she's got like a fetish for Czechoslovakian Uber drivers or something like that. Okay. All right, I'm going to start wrapping this thing up. A lot of people out there freaking out about these Filipino bats. They got these human-sized bats in the Philippines, right? But I've been to the Philippines. Do you know how small the humans in the Philippines are? They're about the size of a full-grown bat. Now, if you told me that you saw a human-sized bat in the Chicago Bulls locker room, I'd be like, center or forward? Are we talking Spud Webb or Manute Bull here? Because both of those sound like Filipino guys. I had to do some research for that joke, actually. I had to look up what team plays in Chicago. All right, that's all for me. You guys have been a lot of fun. My name's Adam Gable. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Where the heck is Rob?
What the fuck?
All right. Well, ladies and
Damn it.
gentlemen, are you ready for your last comic? Go ahead and smash that heart button. Give us a like. Hey, thank you to our Zoom crowd for sticking around. We're sorry we had feedback issues. You guys are great. Thank you to all of you for coming. Our last comic coming to the stage is going to be the one and only, the legend from Pittsburgh, the skydiving, dog driving. Look, I'm done with this plug. Give it up for Brad Ryan.
Woo! What's up, everybody? How about all the comics tonight? You guys did a knockdown job, man. Awesome. Ryan putting this together, Gregory, Rob, you guys do a good thing. Viewers, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We hope you have a wonderful holiday season, whether your holiday is Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Christmas, or Festivus. But it is great to be here tonight. I almost didn't make it here tonight because on the drive here, I actually hit a deer with my car. Yeah. However, the deer I hit was an animated Christmas figurine in a fenced-in front yard. So, yeah, I hit the deer, but I missed the DUI checkpoint. Thank you. So, of course, we know Christmas is here. The merchants and the retailers have been shoving it down our throats since Halloween, pre-Halloween. They've actually turned the 12 days of Christmas into the 12 weeks of Christmas. And in fact, if you factor in my credit card statements, the 12 days of Christmas becomes the 12 months of Christmas. Credit bureaus calling high finance charges, late payment fees. But yeah, I know it's Christmas because today my dog walked up to me with a single silver strand of tinsel hanging from his ass. I had to like do the zip pull. Like, oh man. Stop eating icicles off the tree, damn it. So anyway, I wanted to do all holiday material. Everybody in my neighborhood has one of those big, giant, inflatable holiday balloons in the yard. You've seen them. Everybody, you've seen them, right? Everybody has one except for me, but I got something that is a lot more enjoyable. I have a pellet gun. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. So everybody has that one neighbor, like they go overboard for Christmas. Like Clark Griswold, they got 200,000 brightly lit bulbs all over their property. They got the big inflatable, the balloons. They got the animated figurines. And these fuckers are first in line in January for the Electric Energy Assistance Program.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't pay my electric bill for December. Wonder why. But anyway, what does Santa Claus call his reindeer that is unable to fly? Venison.
Hey.
I got tickets for that annual holiday concert this year. You know, the one where all of the musicians identify as another gender. You know, the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. That joke gets me haters on Facebook every year. Every year, I'm telling you. So anyway, I would like to see Freddy Krueger star in a Christmas movie, and I guess you could call that movie one of two titles. Nightmare on 34th Street or Miracle on Elm Street? So Christmas is about who? Jesus. Jesus' birthday. If Jesus were here with us right now, what do you think Jesus would think of social networking? Would he be on Facebook and Twitter? What would a Jesus tweet even go like? It's like, in New Jersey for hockey game, go Devils. At lunch with friends, all you can eat fishes and loaves. Come on down, there's enough for everybody. Swear to God. Or Jesus is listening to Stairway to Heaven on iHeartRadio. So how about Jesus on Facebook? How about Facebook update from J-Man? Jesus is now friends with Peter, Paul, Judas of Iscariot, and 8 other people. In a relationship with Mary Magdalene, but it's complicated. Or lost my ass on Monday Night Football. Those fucking Saints screwed me again. So I want to hear Guns N' Roses do a Christmas song. And they can kind of like do it like one of their previous hits, but just Christmas is up a little bit, you know, like, look at the snow, look at the snow now, look at the snow, look at the snow, oh, look at the snow now, I, look at the snow now, now, look at the snow, oh. So that's Christmas carols, but we love Christmas carols, and I have a Christmas carol in honor of the year 2020. It goes like this. On the 12th day of Christmas, COVID gave to me 12 anti-maskers, 11 murder hornets, 10 hand sanitizers, 9 raging wildfires, 8 peaceful protests, 7 Karen spazzing, 6 feet of distance, 5 months lockdown, 4 Chinese bats, 3 face masks, 2 weeks quarantined, and an orange pred denying it's real.
Ooh.
Thank you, everybody. Because we got Christmas carols, and everybody knows I'll wrap it up with this. So I live in Pittsburgh, and I don't live in an all-white gated community. I live in the hood. I got white neighbors, multurally diverse neighborhood, white neighbors, Asian neighbors, Indian neighbors, black neighbors, and we all get along. And every year we go out Christmas caroling, but we also Kwanzaa carol. And you guys familiar with Kwanzaa, the African American holiday in December? Like, so a Christmas carol is kind of like a Kwanzaa carol, but it has a little bit more of a hip-hop beat to it. Would everybody here like to hear an example of, Kwanzaa carol? Anybody? Everybody? I'm losing my earpiece and I can't hear none of you. Okay, so I need you guys to help me out a little bit. Give me a little bit of a beat to work with. Everybody. Okay. Okay, this is it. This is a Kwanzaa.
Tell by the clapping,
everybody, like we do in my neighborhood. Yo, yo, ho, ho. Yo, yo, ho, ho. Everybody now. Yo, yo, ho, ho. Everybody gather round. Santa Claus has come to town. All you bitches going down. Santa Claus is in the house. Not a creature is the, no, not even a. Yeah, you were supposed to say mouse. Well, mama in her kerchief, and me and my cat, she started talking shit, so I gave that hoe a slap. Yo, yo, ho, ho. That's it, everybody. That's it for me. Thank you for having. Oh, that was a prop. Thank you for having me here tonight. Oh, and props for the Pittsburgh guy with the Browns hat. That should get a vote or two.
Hey,
have a good holiday season, everybody.
Thank you so much. Give it up one more time for Brad Ryan, everybody.
Woo!
All right. Well, listen, technical issues withstanding, that was another amazing show. One more time for all the comics you saw tonight. Smash the like button, hit the comment button. You guys were awesome. John Bracco. Hold on, let me take this down. John Bracco, Adam Gable, Rich Hirschberger, Claire, I'm sorry. Brian Boucher, Ray Risbrock, and once again for Brad Ryan, who is now walking his dog. All right, thank you guys for watching.
What about me?
Where are you? Hold on.
How dare you forget the Jew and the woman? Anti-Semitism at its finest.
You know what? I am German. I am German by descent.
Oh my
God!
She just realizes what she agreed to.
Listen, thank you guys for coming. It was a great show. Caroline, I'm so sorry.
You're good.
Thank you all for watching, and go ahead and head over to the Eargasm Comedy Showcase. The website is www.eargasmcomedy.com. You can vote for your favorites up until 6 p.m. tomorrow. The winner will get the $150 cash, and the way it works is super simple. You have to pick 2 comics. That way, if Claire has 100, oh my God. I'm sorry. If Claire has 100 people vote for her, she might not win because they have to vote for somebody else like John Recco. Okay. It's really weird running all this and talking at the same time. I'm going to go ahead and end the show. Thank you guys so much for coming out. And once again, you can vote at eargasmcomedy.com, and we will announce the winner on the final podcast of the year, which is going to be the Random Tandem podcast. All right, guys. Thank you so much and have a great night.